Now, during the first 10 years, I mostly flipped in Metro Detroit where I lived. And after a lot of trial and error and after making a ton of mistakes, I started to get pretty good at it. I was flipping about 80 plus houses a year. Then we did something really crazy. I took my wife and at the time 6 kids on a 1-year cross-country RV trip. We had the most incredible experience, and two things happened during that year in the RV that changed my life forever. One, I made more money flipping houses than any year previously while hardly working. And two, I realized I could apply the lessons and the skills that I learned about flipping houses anywhere, not just in Metro Detroit. Now, since then, I figured out how to set up teams and systems to do deals in any market all across the country. Over the years, after flipping thousands of properties, I've gained a lot of experience on not just what to do, but also on what not to do and how to be really successful virtually flipping throughout the country, all in different markets. And the great thing is that through my networks, I've become very proficient at raising capital to fund these deals. And right now, I've got excess funds to do deals. So with the right systems and excess funding in place, my goal over the next 12 months is to flip 1,000 houses. Now, I don't know if I can do it. I haven't been able to do it yet, but I have the means to do it. In fact, I just had a meeting with one of my capital investors and they told me, Jerry, we have $50 million right now that we have to get placed in deals. That means the biggest thing holding me back right now is good deals. And that's where you come in. I need your help to flip more houses, and I want to share with you a special opportunity to get paid $10,000 for every house you find and bring me that meets my criteria. And this opportunity is completely different than anything else out there because I'm going to show you how to get paid upfront for your efforts. Here's how it works. You basically find a good deal, I bring in the money to buy it, and then you get paid $10,000 just for finding the deal. And you get paid right up front at closing. After I buy it and you get paid, I take the property and I fix it up. And then I handle reselling it so that you don't have to do any of that. Once you find a good deal, you don't need to do anything else. There's no borrowing money, managing rehabs, or marketing to buyers. It's real simple. You only have one job, and that's to find good deals. And I'm going to show you everything you need to get started right now. This is Mike Allen here. He lives in Arizona, but he found this great deal in Oklahoma City. I bought it and paid Mike $10,000. This is Marcus Barber. He found this great deal in Rising Sun, Maryland. I bought it and he got paid $10,000. This is Celia Islas, a single mom. She found this deal in Logansport, Indiana. I bought it and paid her $10,000. So let's talk about the three most important things to get paid for finding me deals. The first thing is how to find deals. Now, I don't know if you know this, but there are over 157 million distressed properties nationwide. These are people that desperately need to sell their property, and I'm going to show you a software tool that we built that will get you instant access to this information so you don't have to go out and find them on your own. Number two is how to submit your deals. I'm going to show you what to do to put these deals in our system. It's a custom-built portal called the Deal Genie where you upload your deals to us. And number three, the most important thing is how you're going to get paid $10,000 per deal for finding and submitting those deals and how to get paid up front for doing it. So let's talk about finding deals for a few minutes. There are 4 things that are absolutely critical to your success at getting deals in the market and becoming what I call a deal finding magnet. Remember, all you have to do with this system is find good deals and get paid, so you want to have the very best resources at your disposal. Number 1 is making all cash offers. Now I'm going to explain what that means and how to do that. Number 2 is something that we're going to talk about in just a minute, which is using an automated software for generating unlimited leads. Number 3 is a systematic way to analyze each opportunity that will let you know if it's a good deal or a dud. So this is really important. I hope you're taking notes here because you're going to want to write this down. And number 4, after you've identified a good deal, you need an offer-making process so that you can quickly get your offer in front of motivated distressed sellers. So let's talk about each one of these. First is, what is an all-cash offer? Now, when you write an offer that is all cash, that means that you don't have any financing contingencies. In other words, you don't need to get approval for financing because you can buy the property. Here is what's so cool about making all-cash offers. It instantly separates you from the rest of the crowd. It allows you to get the best deals. It gives you credibility, and it allows you to build strong relationships with the right people. Now, the cool thing about this is in a minute, I'm going to show you how you can make these all cash offers where you don't even need to have any experience, because the fact is that cash does the talking for you. In fact, here's a deal that I did where the sellers wanted out quick, so they took an all cash offer that was made by my student Doug Kine, even though it was $30,000 less than the other offers that were also made. That's the power of cash. Cash talks in this marketplace, and that's what allows us to get great deals, and it's what allows us to put this program together where you get paid $10,000 per deal. And here's the thing. Not anyone can just say that they're an all-cash buyer. You have to prove it to the seller or the real estate agent and everyone else involved that you actually do have the cash. Now, the way to prove this is what's called a proof of funds. Proof of funds simply means that you have access to the cash equivalent to the amount of your offer. And for those of you that come on board today, you will instantly become an all-cash buyer because you get to use my custom proof of funds, which allows you to then make these all-cash offers. That's exactly what Curtis Bowser did. He found this property in Belton, Missouri. He used my proof of funds, made an all-cash offer, and I paid him $10,000 just for finding that deal. The second key to becoming a deal-finding magnet is to consistently have leads coming to you on a daily basis. Now, when I say leads, I mean potential deals that you can make cash offers on. So after a lot of work and a huge investment of millions of dollars, we've developed a deal finding software tool that actually finds deals for you. I'm talking about 157 million distressed properties nationwide. You literally enter the city, county, or zip code, and the software gives you a list of distressed sellers in your area. This software saves you countless hours trying to find deals on your own. Let's face it, in today's market, finding deals on your own is time-consuming and expensive, but not anymore. Now, in a minute, I'm going to explain how the software works and how easy it is to use. But first, let me take a minute here and talk about how it's possible to get great deals at a discount. In real estate, there is a certain type of seller that is in financial distress, or the property is physically distressed, or in most cases, both. We call this a motivated seller. A motivated seller is simply someone experiencing a distressed situation. Either the property is distressed physically or the owner is distressed financially, and due to that distressed situation, the owner becomes very motivated to sell that property to alleviate that stressful situation. It could be someone who lost their job and is facing foreclosure. It could be a burned out landlord. It could be due to death or divorce or bankruptcy or 1,000 other reasons. The point is, a motivated seller will gladly trade equity or sell at a discount for peace of mind. In other words, by taking that property off their hands, we solve a huge problem in their life. Now, I hope that makes sense. When it comes to finding motivated sellers who are willing to sell their unwanted properties at a discount for all cash, there are two types of leads that you can go after. The first is what we call on-market leads. On-market leads are simply properties for sale that are listed with a real estate agent on the MLS. This is where a motivated seller hires a real estate agent to list and sell their property for them. Now, to get these deals, you need to work directly with the listing agent, but these are some of the best deals, and in a minute, I'm going to show you how to get instant access to all of the MLS properties in your area. But here's the thing. The biggest challenge with listed properties is being able to find which ones are distressed, where the seller is motivated to sell at a discount. The reason is because in any given market, there are dozens and hundreds, in some markets, thousands of active listings, and to find which ones are the motivated sellers is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It normally takes hours and hours searching through listings, looking for the right properties to go after. And that's why I developed a really cool software tool called the Data Cruncher. Here's how it works. All you have to do is enter in the zip code where you're looking for deals, and the Data Cruncher will scan all of the active homes for sale, and using the price per square foot and keywords, it will instantly serve up a list of discounted houses in that area in a matter of seconds. These are your motivated sellers. Now you can click on each listing to get all the information for that property. It even gives you the percentage below market value so you know which ones to go after first. Now this tool allows you to cut through all of the nonsense and just focus on going after the very best MLS deals. It's basically push button deal finding for on-market properties, and it will give you more deals than you know what to do with. Deals that you can pass off to me for $10,000 finder fees. And for those of you who come on board today to become a finder, this tool is included. More on that later, so keep watching. Now let's talk about the second type of lead to go after, and that is what we call off-market leads. Off-market leads are simply private sellers that are in distress, that are motivated to sell at a discount, but are not listed for sale with an agent and are not on the MLS. Now in the past, the only way to find these types of leads was to spend a fortune advertising or sending thousands of postcards hoping to find good deals, but not anymore. And like I said, I invested millions of dollars in developing a deal finding software system that has off-market property data. Here's how it works. Once logged into the system, go to the Finding Deals tab, then search by city, county, or zip code where you want to do deals. This could be your backyard, where you live, or it could be a remote market anywhere in the US. Once you search, it will give you a list of off-market leads in that area. On the left is a map with pins, and on the right is a list of properties with all the details about each property. And as you can see, with this deal finding software, you'll get unlimited leads instantly, saving you hours hunting down deals. And in a minute, I'll share with you how you can use this software to find deals and get paid $10,000. That's exactly what Pat did. Using my deal finding tools, he found this deal in Leesburg, Georgia that I bought and flipped. Now, Pat got paid $10,000 just for finding the deal without ever leaving his home. Now, going back to the 4 keys to becoming a deal finding magnet, once you start generating leads, next you'll need a good deal analyzer tool. Let me explain. One of the most critical steps when it comes to finding deals happens in the very beginning of the process before you ever make an offer on the deal. And that is analyzing the deal to determine if A, it's a good deal that fits my criteria, and B, what price you need to acquire it for. And that's why I created the Ultimate Deal Analyzer software tool. Simply enter in some basic information about the deal, and it will tell you exactly where you need to be on your price. That allows you to make offers quickly and with confidence so that you don't waste hours analyzing deals just to get beat out by the competition. Stop wondering if your offers accurately reflect the right numbers. My deal analyzer takes the guesswork out of whether or not you've got a deal that qualifies, and this tool is included in the suite of software tools that you get as a finder for me. And that's what Raymond did. The deal analyzer tool told him exactly what to get this deal for in Penn Hill, Pennsylvania. I bought it and flipped it, and Raymond got paid $10,000 just for finding the deal. Now, the 4th and last essential key to becoming a deal finding magnet is having a good offer process. Think about it. You've got proof of funds to make all cash offers. You have deal finding software to have all the leads you could ever need. You have a state-of-the-art deal analyzer software to quickly determine the offer price, and all you need is an automated way to make these offers. Well, check it out. Introducing the Offer Generator Pro software. This software makes the offer-making process a cinch. Here's how it works. The software already has our proven purchase and sale agreement as a template. You simply enter in the fields such as your name, date, offer price, and then using an electronic signature, hit enter, and it will generate your offer as a PDF document. From there, it will save all of your offers to refer to later, and you can download them and email them right to the seller. This makes it fast and easy to get your offers in. Remember, the reason why I've invested millions of dollars into this technology is to provide you with everything you need to find deals, submit them, and get paid $10,000. And for those of you who decide to get started today, let's talk about how you make these offers. There are 3 important things that you're going to want to include with each of your offers. Number 1 is a 10-day inspection clause. That means that we have a full 10 days to review the deal to make sure that it fits our criteria. During the 10 days is when you submit your deal to us and we review it with you. The nice thing about the 10-day inspection clause is it allows you to actually get out of the deal if it doesn't make sense for any reason whatsoever. The second thing to include with your offer is your proof of funds. Remember, this is provided for you. All you have to do is download it from the members area on the website and just attach it with your offer. The seller will see that your offer is for all cash and that you provided the proof of funds to validate it. Okay, the third thing that you want to make sure you include with your offer is to close in 30 days. Now, the reason why is my team needs a little bit of time to prepare for the closing, get our funds lined up, and to get our plan in place for how we're going to manage the renovation and so on. And 30 days is very typical. In fact, most deals can't close faster than that anyways because you have to get the title ordered and so on. Now, don't worry about the closing. Once your deal is accepted, my team steps in, we schedule the closing, and we get you paid $10,000 as soon as it closes. Again, the system is really simple. After you find a deal, then you're going to submit it into something called the Deal Genie. The Deal Genie is like a 24 hours a day assistant that runs all of the numbers and it triple checks all of the formulas to make sure that you've actually got a winning deal. And basically what the Deal Genie will do is it'll look at what you put in, and once you've got something that is a deal, you press a button and presto, you've got a green light, and that means the deal is a go. If something isn't quite right about the Deal Genie will let you know that too. So then you instantly know what you need to change about the deal to either turn it into a winner or avoid wasting your time if something doesn't make any sense. So by doing this, you're going to know better and better over time which deals make sense, so you're not wasting your time. So with the Deal Genie, you're able to put the deals in, learn which deals make sense, and you get to build your strengths as an investor where you can take the money you make from these finder fees and you can go out and you can start doing these deals on your own at some point if that's what you want to do. Now, once you find the deal and you submit it to me, then you get $10,000. The way it works is on the day of closing, we fund the purchase and you get a $10,000 check. It's that simple. You find it, you submit it, you get paid $10,000. That means you don't have to get stuck analyzing deals. You don't have to get stuck structuring deals. You're not out there negotiating. I mean, that's the nice thing about all cash. The cash does the talking. There's no qualifying for loans because I've got the cash and I'm doing all the fixing and the rehab on the property. I'm doing the managing, the oversight, and I'm doing the selling so that you don't have to get involved with any of those steps. And the best part is there's no waiting to get paid because, as I've mentioned, you get paid right up front when we buy the house. Now, I'd like to take a minute and talk to you right now listening if you're new to investing. Right before the call, I was talking to one of our listeners here today, and she asked me, what is your number one piece of advice for someone who hasn't done their first deal yet? And this is what I told her and what I want to tell you if you're listening right now. What I've seen as I've helped thousands of investors over the years make money with real estate is most new investors focus too much on getting their first deal, when really what you should be focusing on is getting your first check. And the reason why is because there's a big difference between doing your first deal and getting a check for being a real estate investor. Something happens when you get that check, when you get that $10,000 check by coming into my Finder program and putting a deal in and getting paid for that. Now, you step into the shoes of a real estate investor, and then you can really step up your game. For example, Mike Thomas out in Atlanta, he had no experience, he had no money, and he got paid just for finding this deal. And so you can do this even if you're brand new and you haven't done any deals before. You can also do this if you've done tons of deals and you just want to really crank it up. Wherever you're at with your experience, you can do this, and it's time to get started. Here's Eve Flood. She's from Arizona and she found a deal. And here's the best part. She had no experience and this was her first deal. Or like Chris Petticlerk, he found a deal, submitted it into the Deal Genie, it met my criteria, and he got this $10,000 check. And guess what? This works in all 50 states and you don't have to live in the US. This is Shelly from Alberta, Canada. She found a deal in Pittsburgh and she got paid $10,000. This is a $10,000 Finder check that Asser Mousa got for a deal he found in Houston. Sam found me a deal in New Orleans. I had the opportunity to meet Sam in person and give him this great big $10,000 check. And guess what? At the time, Sam was working at Dairy Queen. The check changed his life and allowed him to launch his real estate business. Or how about Sandra Butler? She found a great deal and got paid $10,000 without using any of her own money. And on that one, I actually got the privilege to meet Sandra at the property, which was a lot of fun. Now, I want to take a minute and talk to those of you who have done at least one deal in the past. And what I'm going to say also applies to those of you who are still brand new, because you may be in a situation now or get into a situation in the future where you get stuck. And that is what happens to most investors. And that's what happened to me. This was one of the first properties I bought back in like 2005. Now, at the beginning of that year, I actually had a goal of doing 100 deals. And I got this property in like March, and I felt like I was investing. I was like a lot of people on this training right now. I was getting training courses, I was reading books, I was going to seminars, I was going to networking events, and I was learning a lot, and I felt like I was investing. And then I went all the way to like August of that year, and I didn't get any other deals. And a guy named Don, who was a big-time investor in Detroit, he sat down with me one time, and he just started really drilling me on how it was going. I told him, yeah, I'm a real estate investor. And so he asked me, how many deals have you done this year? And I said, well, I did a deal. And he said something to me that just hit me like a ton of bricks. He said, is that really going to do it for you? And I realized at that moment that I was stuck. Most of you on the call right now, even though you may have done some deals in the past, you may be stuck. My Finder program may be the key to allow you to get unstuck. Whether you're experienced or brand new, I know why you're here. You're looking for a way to have more income, to experience more financial freedom in your life, to be able to call your own shots. So if you're not making what you want in your life, this can allow you to change that and change it right away. That's what it did for Steve Angel. Steve was a school teacher and he wanted to retire and he was trying to do real estate, but he was stuck. He joined the Finder program. He found me a great deal in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I paid him $10,000, and that allowed him to get unstuck. And a little while later, he was able to retire from being a school teacher. So the good news is this. It's time to do it. It's time for you to get out there, find deals, submit them to me, and get paid $10,000. You've seen how simple this is, and now it's time to get started. That's what it did for Troy Smith. Now, Troy used my program. He found this deal in St. Louis, and I sent him this giant $10,000 check. Or Spencer Stradling, who lives in Phoenix, Arizona. He found this deal in Grand Junction, Colorado, and I went with Spencer to the closing, and it was so fun to give him that check. Now, I got to tell you, there is a downside. The downside is that I obviously can't work with everyone. And the reason why is I don't have unlimited resources, so I can only work with a small select group of people who want to really go after this. It actually takes a tremendous amount of time, energy, and resources for me to have this program available to you. I have web development and software and marketing and customer service and coaching and a full-time deal review team, as well as my rehab team, not to mention capital investors to buy properties. So I can't support a ton of people, and nor do I want to. What it really comes down to is finding action takers, and that's who I'm looking for. And really what it comes down to is lifestyle. I mean, when I think about what's really important to me and what my biggest priorities are, it's my family, it's my health, it's my spiritual well-being, and those are the things that I think really matter the most. And so it's really not about the money. I know we've talked a lot about the money. That's important to go out there and make money and do deals, but it's much more than that. It's having that time and the freedom to be able to do, be, have, and give everything that's important and everything that God has in store for you. I really believe that. Some of you know that I took my family on a full-time cross-country RV trip for almost a year in our custom-built RV. That was a life-changing experience that my kids will never forget. And so I want to ask you something. What's important to you? What's really important for you in your life? And then I want to encourage you to go after it in a big way. One of the things that I've learned is to live life without regrets. And so I just want to encourage you to go after those dreams. Sometimes that means going out on a limb or trying something that you haven't tried before. But if you've got the right attitude and are willing to pay the price, whatever it takes, then you'll reach those goals. Now, if you don't know, I have 10 kids, and it's not a blended family. Same mom, same dad, no twins. Giving them the best life I can is my biggest priority, and real estate has allowed me to do that. Okay, so I'm going to open up the doors here in a few minutes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep those doors open while this training is going on, and that way the action takers are rewarded and everyone else just misses out as they should. They're going to miss out on every great opportunity in life and then sit around and complain about how life is so unfair to them. Now, the reason why I'm opening up this Finder program is I want to find the people that are committed today to join my network of finders. Now, obviously, like I said, with this type of offer, I can't work with everyone who may want to get in. And since I don't have unlimited funds, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up so that the action takers can come on board. Then once this group is full, I'm going to be shutting this down for further access. So the real question is, are you in the right point in your life to make a major financial change? Having said that, I'm willing to give a substantial discount so that I can get the right people to come on board with this. I don't want money to be the reason that someone joins or doesn't join. I mean, for me, with my beginnings as a construction worker, I want to make this opportunity available for you if you're ready to make a major financial change in your life. Now, as you've learned on this training, this opportunity is completely different than anything else out there. It's not a training program. It is a simple online finder fee platform. I call it the 10K Club because for those of you that come on board today, you'll be part of the elite group, or what we call club, that makes it easy to find deals, submit those deals, and get paid $10,000 for every deal that you find. For those of you that do come on board today and join the 10K Club, you're going to get access to step-by-step quick start videos that will show you exactly what you need to do to get started and the right kinds of deals to go after. There's the deal finding software tools with over 157 million distressed sellers that find the very best on-market and off-market deals for you in any market you choose. You just select the market and instantly have access to the very best deals available. Now, you also get the Ultimate Deal Analyzer tool. This allows you to know exactly what price to get the deal for so you know that you've got a winning deal. There's the Offer Generator Pro software that allows you to quickly create your offers using the paperless attorney-approved contracts and then email them straight to sellers and agents. There's the Deal Genie where you get to upload your deals and it walks you through step by step of what a deal really needs to qualify for, and it helps you know if it's a good deal or not and what you need to do to make it a deal. And most importantly, the proof of funds, just download it and include it with your offers. So the 10K Club is finding deals, submitting those deals, and like I've shared with you, getting paid $10,000 per deal. Now, I want to encourage you to not make the same mistake that I did. I mean, I wasted 6 months. I ended up finding a mentor that charged me $5,000 to spend some time with him, and he showed me how to get over all the obstacles that were in my way. Having said that, the 10K Club isn't going to cost anywhere close to that. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be giving a substantial discount so I can get the right people to come on board with me right now here today. I really didn't want money to be the reason that someone doesn't join. So for this group today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you access to the 10K Club with no ongoing monthly fees. To join the 10K Club today, it's just a one-time, fully refundable $1,000 membership deposit. Now in a minute, I'm going to show you how to get that deposit fully refunded back to you. But I want to let you know that this is a lifetime membership. So once you join and you pay your fully refundable membership deposit, you'll be able to do this right away. Or, if something comes up and life happens to you, you can come to it at any time. Once you enroll, you're going to join the 10K Club and you can start putting in those deals and making money right away. I wanted this to be available to you so that you can immediately begin to change your life the same way that I've changed my life and countless others. Now, I got to tell you, the evolution of this program has been a monumental effort. I've gone through several improvements and enhancements to make it what it is today. There's been over 10,000 hours of learning and testing and development that went into this. We added it up recently, over $2 million in development costs to get patent pending features, things like the nationwide data, the off-market deal finder tool, the data cruncher, the ultimate deal analyzer, the offer generator pro, the deal genie, and not to mention the fact that you have access to a secret ingredient, Jerry's Cash to buy the deals and pay you $10,000. Now I'm going to show you that cash is king. And like I said, cash is king. So there it is. It really is the secret ingredient. So I've got a lot invested into this. You get the proven platform, and this is not available anywhere else. There's nothing else like this out there. No one else is doing anything like this. And if I wanted, I could probably put this out as a franchise or maybe charge like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for a membership. But I would rather follow the same process that I used when I first got started doing deals with clients across the country. I found it a great way to expand my reach. I can be in all different markets, and it's a lot of fun helping other people to get started making money just like I did when I first got started. So what I decided to do was make this a no-brainer for you by limiting this to just those action takers who come on board right now in this small group. That way you'll be in a group of other people who are also taking action right now as well. So let me explain now how to get your membership deposit back. It's real simple. After you close your first deal as a 10K Club member, you get your entire $1,000 deposit back. So that means you put in deals, you get $10,000 for each one, plus you get your initial $1,000 deposit back. So this ends up costing you absolutely nothing. Pretty simple, huh? To get started, just click the Add to Cart button that you should see on your screen. That's going to take you to a membership sign-up page. Just click that Add to Cart button. You're going to get rolling right away. Or you could just call that phone number that you see there on the screen, or even go to that URL listed there. And the reason why I have this program is because my goal and my hope is that you'll bring me good deals that I can flip. I need your help, and by you helping me, everybody wins. You get paid $10,000 for finding the deal, and I get another house to flip. It's really one of the smartest things I've ever figured out. I want you to know that I am so confident that the 10K Club will work for you that I want to tell you about my guarantee. This is my 90-day profit guarantee, and it's real simple. Use the tools and the training, and you will make $10,000 or more within the next 90 days. If for some reason you don't, we'll continue to work with you, providing you the support, the training, and the cash for you to go out there and make offers and get $10,000 per deal for an entire 12 months. From your side, you just submit one or more deal per month and you'll make money guaranteed. If not, we'll give you a prompt, courteous refund of your entire deposit. That's how strongly I feel about the 10K Club, that I'm willing to stand behind it. So make this happen right now while there are still spots available. You do that by clicking the Add to Cart button or call that 800-346-0072 number. Now, to maintain high support standards, registration for the 10K Club membership is going to be limited to just a handful of people who join us right now. Now, as I've explained, this is because we're buying these deals that you find, and unfortunately, we don't have unlimited resources to let everyone in. I know you probably don't need anything else to get going right now, but if you want just one last little nudge, there's a few more surprises that you have to look forward to. Again, I've got some really cool special bonuses that I put together. Bonus number one is you get your $1,000 membership deposit back right away when you do your first deal. I explained that. Bonus number two is you're going to really love this. To really help you get comfortable with talking to agents and sellers, I'm going to give you my suite of scripts and cheat sheets. So let me quickly tell you about each of these. First, we have the Motivated